Watching the Black Widow trailers, I noticed something that was a bit puzzling. Here, take a look.
It's good to see you too, sis.
What brings you home?
But wait, I thought...
I used to have nothing.
I mean, that's got to be the ultimate screw you. I mean, yeah, you know my family? I spent many years with them, probably gonna go get their help if I need it, and I'm on the run from the law and stuff, you know? Yeah, them, they're nothing. No one. Like, okay, Natasha, it's one thing to pretend that your family doesn't exist, and I mean, I guess I can get behind that and I can be somewhat okay with it. What you don't do, however, is pretend that your family doesn't exist and then run to them as soon as you need help. That's just not okay. You can't have it both ways. It's one or the other. That's it. But I digress. Last week, I made a video about the Red Guardian, so if you want to learn more about him, you can click the iCard and go watch it, and I would highly recommend that you do. It's got some great voice acting in it.
You! All this time? All these years? I thought you were dead!
With Red Guardian out of the way, there are still a couple of members of the family that are at least fairly pretty much unknown, at least to general audiences. So today I thought I would tackle Natasha's sister and answer the question, who is Yelena Belova? Yelena Belova was first introduced in Inhumans issue 5 in 1999 and was created by Devin Grayson and J.G. Jones. She was then fully introduced in the 1999 Marvel Knight miniseries titled Black Widow. Then in 2001, she appeared as the main character in the series titled Black Widow. And then in 2002, she had her own miniseries titled, you guessed it, Black Widow. From there, she has appeared as a supporting character in a number of different series, but hasn't really had any major role in any ongoing series, only appearing in different arcs and being important at different times, but not really having many of her own stories. So yeah, that's where we end the real-world history of her, and let's dive on into the story. Yelena Belova, much like Natasha Romanoff, was trained by the KGB's secret organization, the Red Room. That is until her trainer was killed, and so Yelena took on the role of Black Widow in order to investigate, and she apprehended the man who had killed her trainer, and... yeah...
Finger to the throat means death.
But, plot twist, Yelena's trainer's death was actually faked, in an attempt to get her to assert herself into the role of Black Widow, an attempt which worked flawlessly. Believing that it was truly her right to be the Black Widow, Yelena gladly accepted a mission to take out Natasha Romanoff. Romanoff was able to defeat Belova and told her that she should become her own person and not just blindly trust in her country. And you know, coming from Natasha, I would trust stuff like that, considering she kind of did the exact same thing, Yelena. So I mean, you know, you should maybe listen to her. But well, Yelena didn't actually much follow my advice. In order to teach her a lesson about the cruel world of espionage and that spies aren't heroes, Natasha kidnapped Belova from her home, and along with the help of Fury and a reluctant Daredevil, she surgically replaced Belova's face with one of her own. As you can maybe guess, Belova was not thrilled about this, and she just wandered around New York and practically lost her mind. I mean, Natasha, that is just a terrible thing to do. You don't do that to a person, but, I mean, I guess it did work, as Belova quit the KGB and moved to Cuba, where she started her own very successful business. And when I say successful business, I do mean successful. She was able to bring in loads of money, like $500,000 a month, and was enjoying her life. That is until S.H.I.E.L.D. came to do what S.H.I.E.L.D. does best, and that is just muck everything up. A rogue S.H.I.E.L.D. battalion, so I guess not entirely S.H.I.E.L.D.'s fault this time, recruited Belova, and they worked to mine vibranium from the Savage Land. And I suppose to most non-Marvel comic readers, you hear the Savage Land and you're just like, what is that? The Savage Lands are a land which are, well, savage. They are located in Antarctica and are a tropical prehistoric place full of dinosaurs and all sorts of other creatures. I actually really like the way Deadpool puts it. The Savage Land? That's great. Just great. You know this is where superheroes go to get eaten by dinosaurs, right? The Savage Land is also the home of Kazar and his saber-tooth tiger Zabu, so yeah, that's where Yelena went to illegally mine vibranium. The group was confronted by the Avengers, and in the ensuing battle, Yelena was badly burned. And so, in order to save her life, AIM was recruited, and they transplanted her mind into another body, and she got a new identity, which, and I'm being fully serious here, she became the Super Adaptoid. Yeah, she's the Super Adaptoid. I mean, that's almost as bad as Taserface.
It is a name what strikes fear into the hearts of anyone what hears it.
Okay, whatever you say.
Now, as the Super Adaptoid, she is able to copy the abilities of any superheroes which she's come in contact with, including the likes of Luke Cage, Captain Marvel, and somehow Iron Man? With her newfound abilities, she attacked Avengers Tower, and was undefeatable. That is until she absorbed the power of Sentry, who was actually in void mode at the time. And just to explain that, Sentry is like this super powerful dude, and void mode is like his counter opposite, so it's like all his positive becomes negative. So yeah, absorbing that power might not really be a good thing. And it wasn't a good thing, as this did not work out for Belova at all, and after that she was easily defeated. But just as she is defeated, a man behind the scenes, who was secretly controlling everything, from Yelena being turned into the Super Adaptoid, I'm still not over that name, to her attacking Avengers Tower, pushed a button which was actually the self-destruct feature of our Adaptoid friend, seemingly killing her. Belova, however, was back in Dark Reign because, of course, nobody's ever dead in comics. If you are unfamiliar with the Dark Reign storyline, well, it is where Norman Osborn, aka the Green Goblin, is seemingly cured of the Goblin, and is even made out to be a hero. But of course he does have his own secret agenda, and is able to form his own Avengers team, consisting of Mac Gargan with the symbiote as Spider-Man, Bullseye as Hawkeye, and even himself as the Iron Patriot. He then recruits Belova to become the team's Black Widow. But, plot twist, it is revealed that she is actually Natasha in disguise, who has been sent by Fury as a double agent to infiltrate the Dark Avengers. But, double plot twist, it is revealed that Osborn actually knew this the whole time and manipulated her and Fury into sending her there so that he could use her for his dirty work. So, since Belova wasn't in Dark Reign, was she really killed? No. Why would her not being in Dark Reign override the fact that nobody is ever killed in comics? And also, she was actually in Dark Reign, just not a conscious form of her. It is revealed that Norman Osborn actually has her in stasis, but nothing is really done with this plotline until later. She is later revived by members of AIM, and becomes a member on the High Council of AIM. Yelena was then killed again, and the KGB made a whole bunch of clones of her, and she took on the role of Black Widow again, and a whole bunch of other stuff, but yeah, I think you have a pretty good idea of her character by now. From the looks of it so far, there is no way they're doing the same thing with her character in the movies as in the comics. I mean, they have a pretty good basis, that she is a member of the KGB trained in the Red Room, and now has betrayed them. But beyond that, it looks like it's going to be a lot different. I mean, she seems to be friends or sisters with Black Widow when they were rivals in the comics. So yeah, that's kind of maybe sort of a change. But I suppose she could still actually be evil, and it wouldn't totally surprise me at this point if she was revealed to actually be Taskmaster. I mean, we do see her kind of exactly mirror Natasha's fighting style, but that could very much just be the fact that she was trained the same, and is nowhere near proof that she is Taskmaster, or even really much of evidence towards the idea. I would really like to see her in the movies grow into an awesome character and take over the role of Black Widow in the future. I think that would be awesome and a great place to take her character. But what I've seen certainly looks promising, and I cannot wait to see her in the movies. I just really hope they don't adapt the Super Adaptoid storyline, because I don't like the name, and the storyline overall is kinda silly. So yeah, I cannot wait to see her when this movie finally does come out. in 6.5 months. Gosh darn it, but that's just the flippity dang world we live in right now. But anyways, what do you think of Yelena Belova? Do you enjoy her character? Let me know down in the comments. And what things do you want them to keep the same for the movie, and what things would you like to see change? For me, as I said, I want to see her become Black Widow like she does in the comics, but I don't want to see her ever become Super Adaptoid, because that's... But anyways, thank you so much for watching, and I do really hope that you enjoyed it. If you did, be sure to leave a like on the video, and share it with your friends. And if you've never seen a video from me before, and you're watching this, and you're like, hey, I kind of like this guy, that would be awesome if I could know when his videos came out. Well, I got a pretty good solution for you. You can subscribe and hit the notification bell, and then you will be notified anytime I release a video. So yeah, that sounds like a pretty awesome idea to me. And you can click over here to go see that video about Red Guardian I was talking about earlier, or you can go click over here to see another Marvel video from me. I don't know what it is yet. But anyways, once again, thank you so much for watching. I do really hope that you enjoyed it. I'll see you next time. She wandered around New York and practically lost her mind. So, I mean, that's not really a nice thing to do. Natasha, that's not her name.